earth plane is a fascinating environment in terms of conditioning when we are sleeping, because it represents something really quite scary. And for me, it's the earth plane dreams that are the scariest. Of course, the demon realm sounds scary, but that's not the case. The earth plane represents conditioning or neutrino information that has refracted through the waking consciousness crystals of everybody on the planet. So when we are sleeping, those with strong earth plane activations are really reprocessing the madness of the not self world. Because we all like to believe, given the absolute uniqueness in all of our designs, that people actually live that, but it's not. It's a shadow horror out there, and the byproduct of that horror is that it filters through as sleeping conditioning through the earth plane activations in the body graph. And these are represented on the chart here by the 27, the 50, the 5, and the 15. So the source of all of these is sacral. So this really is a sacral nightmare for anybody that has these two channels fully activated. This is a genuine chart you're looking at, or aspects of that will of course come alive in your dreams when the transit brings the opposite end of channels or defines a center where any one of these gates are active. Then you're going to get the earth plane influence in your dreaming scape. And I said it's the full horror of humanity being reprocessed at night, and thus we're all being conditioned to be part of the rage, the anxieties, the fears, the greed. There are more than 7 billion people on the planet. The vast majority have little consciousness to speak of in terms of educated consciousness. And thus the result of that is this frightening mix of earth plane conditioning. And just look at the words used for the gates here. The 27th gate, yearning. The 50th gate, sex. The 15th gate, chaos. And the 5th gate, time. So we're taking in all of this greed and longing, yearning that we can't put our finger on, all of the lurid sexual content that is never too far from the waking consciousness of any human, and the chaos. This is a really challenging activation, the 15. It's the chaotic, logical, collective shadow world that we live in, permeating, conditioning your physical form at night. So this represents really the collective reprocessing of the waking consciousness that forms the body of the unconsciousness of our entire species. So you really could call this the chaos field, not the earth plane, because we are a chaotic not-self species with this lack of awareness that creates every kind of neurosis out there, notwithstanding the shadow side of the waking types, the disappointment of the not-self reflectors, the bitterness of the not-self projectors, the overwhelming frustration of the not-self generators, and the anger of the not-self manifestors. All of that is coming through the earth plane at night. And what to do with all of this? Well, the earth plane dreaming information is something that is intended to be shared. And I mentioned in the overview, it's not a good thing to really focus on the so-called imagery of your dreams and what that coded information might mean. That is all there to cover up this deep conditioning that's going on, and the program wants you to get carried away in terms of dream interpretations, and for you to solely identify with that dream as something that is important for you. at this not self level of dreaming, the best thing you can do when you wake up is dust yourself down, look in the mirror and say, none of that has any effect on me. My mind is not the boss. I am an emotional manifester. I am a reflector. Remind yourself when you wake up what your waking type is and realign to that, and forget any imagery that's coming through from the dreams. Later, if you've gone through the 7-year deconditioning process, if you've been sleeping alone, well, there is a level of the dreaming state that truly is valuable. The dreams truly will start changing, not necessarily through the earth plane, because there will always be a not-self world, but certainly through portal gates, through the other sleeping domains. There is information that can be of value for true self people in there as well, but certainly you have to be a long way into your correctness for that to start occurring. But the practical side of the earth plane, this so-called astral plane that is there, is that it is intended to be shared, and this is something that can be valuable, sharing your earth plane dreams with others. Not because there's any particular meaning in it. For me, there might be for you in terms of sharing this, and it is a good way for you to release the subjective identification with these kinds of dreams. They're not intended to be something that is really of value for you. They are intended to be shared as some form of reprocessing that can be of value to others.